Hey everyone, it is Kim Paolucci and I am here with Chris Paolucci tonight.
Hi.
He is joining me to go over this month's specials. And one of the reasons why I asked him to join us for this live in particular is because you use these oils on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that you're super excited. You've been promoting these around town a lot with people. So I'm thank you for joining me. I
Thanks for
appreciate
having me.
it. So a couple of things. We're going to go over Mito2Max tonight. We have Lemongrass, which is our product of the month tonight. And then we have our Deep Blue special that's going on. And we'll tell you how you can get all of these. So the first one is our Mito2Max. And so that one is 10% off this month. You can buy it retail. You can buy it standard order. You can buy it on LRP. Everybody will receive the 10% off this month. And so Mito2Max is really great because it doesn't have any stimulants in it or sugars, but it's a really great way to increase energy. And one of the ways that it increases the energy is it feeds the cells, which are cells' energy factories. So it feeds our mitochondria. And so that is what gives our body the overall boost that it needs. So I personally like to take these in the morning. And then in the afternoon, for that afternoon slump, it's really good for that. Another thing is if you checked out our intimacy video a couple of weeks ago, we talked about Mito2Max. So if you and your lover wants to go all night long, then Mito2Max is a great addition to the bedroom, your boudoir, if you will. So a couple of other things. So like I said, it's natural energy. It has a stamina boost. It supports circulation to the brain. It increases mental energy and it helps with focus. So if you have trouble focusing, this is a great addition to your lifelong vitality pack and your oils that you use for focus. You can go ahead and add this in. It includes ashwagandha, which is used to support metabolism, libido, mood, sleep, stress, immunity. It's also really great for adrenal support, hormone support, and overall circulation. So hence why it's one of those great oils for the bedroom. So this is, and like I said, you take it with your LLV. It's a good addition to your LLV. You take it in the morning, take it in the afternoon. Don't take it too late in the night because you might have a little trouble sleeping. So you won't want to do that. How do you enjoy Mito2Max? Do you take Mito2Max? I don't know if I'm the only one that takes that.
Not too often. I do not. I am what they call naturally stimulated.
That's true. That is very true.
So when I have stimulants, it's just
yeah, you don't need that.
It's a little much.
Yeah.
So,
you need all the calming.
Yeah.
The calming oils.
I stick to the calming oils. That's right. Just start up here
this is not
and watch Mito2Max out of the frame. You want to be in the frame. Look at all that room in the frame. So
that's true. So I'm the one who takes this all the time. So our next oil is lemongrass, which you are not a stranger to. So I'm going to go over a little bit of the properties of it, and then you can tell everybody how you use it. Sound good?
Yes.
All right.
Sure. Get technical first.
So lemongrass is a beautiful oil. It is the cleansing oil. So it's a great oil to diffuse or spray in the home if you want to get rid of any type of toxic negative energy. This is a really great oil to diffuse. And just so it is emotions it addresses is toxic or negative energy, despair, holding on to the past, hoarding, darkness, and spiritual blindness. So this is a great oil to help release all of those trapped emotions that you have and to move on. It is anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, analgesic. It's a decongestant. So it's all sorts of good things. And then it supports a lot of our body that we use while we're working out. And so it supports ligaments, it supports tendons, joints, as well as connective tissue. So one of the great things it's great for is wrist, elbow, and knee. So you use what I like to call the milk of the poppy blend, and you call it the pain eraser. So why don't you tell everybody about that?
Pain eraser, yes. My tie for top favorite, it's Deep Blue. So pain eraser is lemongrass, frankincense, and marjoram, and in a roller with fractionated coconut oil. And I've used it when I've had injury flare-ups in the past. I had a good 6 months with some like pulled. It felt like a tendonitis of some sort, tennis elbow or whatever. It was from working out hard and lifting 2 kids all the time incorrectly, probably. But it just wouldn't get better. But as I would take the proper actions to allow it to heal, I would use the pain eraser to rub it on, and the pain would pretty much go away immediately. Hi, Connie. So yeah, I love it. I always keep it with me, and whenever someone says they have some sort of pain, 90% of the time, the type of pain is remediable with this roller, like back pains, shoulder pains, knee pains. I've used it on, but pretty much anything. But we've used it on a lot of people, and it always, like, the reaction's always the same. They're like, no, that didn't.
Yeah. Why
did that just work so fast? I'm suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
That was so fast. It was instantly gone. It is. I don't know the science behind it, but I know it works. And I know everyone I put it on gets rid of the pain. So
loves it. Yeah, it helps everybody so much. And I love these oils. I use them internally as my natural pain reliever. So instead of taking like that little brown pill that you can get over the counter, because these have anti-inflammatory and analgesic properties, I go ahead and I will put 2 drops of each into a capsule of the frankincense, the marjoram, and the lemongrass. So I will take that instead of having the little brown pill. And then after I had I had a natural birth for both my kids, but with Lucas, I had these oils on hand. And so again, instead of taking any over-the-counter medications, I took 5 drops of each in a capsule, and it really helped to relieve overall pain and inflammation that I was personally feeling at the time. So I love these oils. I love that lemongrass is the product of the month this month.
Yeah, and lemon, it makes it smell super good too. I mean, if you like the smell of lemongrass, and I do.
But it smells like what is it? Fruity Pebbles? No, it's like Fruit Loops. That's what it smells like. It smells like Fruit Loops, like the lemon and the Fruit Loops.
It's just weird that it would smell like that. Interesting also, you mentioned that when I had my sinus surgery. I mean, it's no giving birth or anything, but I had sinus surgery in my head, and I did it without any narcotics for relaxing or pain relief afterwards, which they were going to give me major painkillers because they messing with up into my head, and I'd just sit there with that pain roller and take it internally, and that's
and after you got snipped
yeah, that too.
These were you rolled it on and took it internally as well.
Yeah, I had a intimate version of the roller.
We are no strangers to using these oils for pain relief. So yeah, we highly recommend them. We stand by them. You can do the typing. So a couple of other ways that I like to use them. So pet owners, how many pet owners do we have out there? Drop a little emoji of a hand or a dog or a cat, whatever you have as a pet. So this lemongrass is really great to deter ticks and fleas. So you can go ahead and you can make a natural tick and flea combination. And there's 2 ways that you can apply it. So you can make a spray, which you would have an 8-ounce glass sprayer, or a plastic that can take the essential oils, which is like what, 2? I think it's 2. We'll find that out. Or if
harder
Nova or somebody
plastics.
Yeah, Nova or Monica, can you drop what plastic it is? Let me know. Yeah, Connie, no more kids. We are blessed to have the 2, and we're gonna stick with them.
We got our hands full.
Yes, Yes, we do. So if you have the cats and the dogs and you want the tick and flea repellent, we have, so the spray is 8-ounce glass of water or glass spray bottle, 1/4 distilled water, 1/2 a cup of white vinegar, and then you're going to use 10 drops of Terra Shield, which is the repellent blend by doTERRA, and then you're going to use 20 drops of lemongrass and 20 drops of eucalyptus. So if you have a smaller dog, you might want to dilute this a little bit more, but you can look up those dilutions someplace else. So another great thing that you can do is you can soak the collar in a blend. And so if you get a nylon collar, you can go ahead and you put 3 drops of Terra Shield, 3 drops of eucalyptus, and 3 drops of lemongrass with a teaspoon of witch hazel. And then you're going to soak it in that for a couple of hours. And then you're going to take it out and let it dry, or, until it seeps in. I guess a couple of hours is a bit exaggerated, but until it's seeped into the collar. And then you're going to take it out and you're going to let it dry overnight. And then you can go ahead and you can pop that onto your pet. And then you got your natural tick repellent. So if you do the spray them every couple of days. I talked to my vet. I have a holistic vet, and he says spray them every couple of days, but he stands behind this spray that I just told you guys about. So another great thing that lemongrass is known as the thyroid oil. So it is a great support whether I'm trying to be compliant here. So anyways, however you might need thyroid support, lemongrass is a great one. You can dilute it in a roller. You could put 10 to 20 drops, play around. If you have sensitive skin, you definitely want to be a little more cautious and dilute much more. So maybe start with the 10 drops and go from there. And then roll that on your thyroid in the morning and then in the evening, and that will definitely give you support there.
Hey, what exactly is the thyroid? Do you know?
Do you know?
I don't know. No.
I think it's a gland that secretes hormones in your body. So
Okay.
yeah.
So I
know it's a part of the endocrine system, and I know that it
it's
definitely
more than me.
secretes hormones within the body, and it's actually a lot of women that really need the thyroid support, though men still can have issues as well. So this is good for that.
Thanks.
You are welcome. So it supports. I thought you were like asking me because you wanted to show off some
I don't know what a thyroid
had,
is.
So
actually,
so another great thing it is used for is to support vision, and it provides retina support as well. So our second son, Lucas, he was born with albinism, and so what that means is he lacks pigment in his skin, in his hair, and in his eyes. And so the sun doesn't filter through as well, and it goes directly into the retina. So in order to just provide him some extra support, I have a roller that has some lemongrass. It has DDR prime, juniper berry, and frankincense, and we roll that on him to provide him some extra support there. But it does help with vision and retina. It's also really great for urinary and bladder support. So if you're having any issues with urinary and bladder, you can go ahead and make a roller and roll that directly onto your abdomen. And so it's really great for that. Oh, people who have allergies to milk, I guess I shouldn't have said that, but if you have issues after you have milk and or cheese, lemongrass is really great for you too. And so taking 2 drops of it before you go out, if you know that you're going to be someplace where there's perhaps like a buffet or a potluck or some type of party where you can't really have a lot of control and know all the ingredients and what you're eating, this will definitely be your friend. So it's good to take those 2 drops before, or again, you can go ahead and rub that on your abdomen as well. So it's really great for that. And one of my favorite diffuser blends that I really like using lemongrass is a mix of lemongrass, eucalyptus, and thyme. So we did that we had that at our first elite retreat. And so it really helps with energy. It helps obviously like clearing the energy in the room, but it actually gives you energy as well. So it's really good for that, for clearing the mind. And then it supports your immunity as well. So it's a really great one to use when you or your littles or somebody in your household's not feeling well. So that's a really great mixture to use.
There's a lot on lemongrass.
There's so many ways to use lemongrass. I feel like we don't really talk about it a lot, but there's just a lot of ways to use it. So this is definitely product of the month. So the way you get this one is if you process a loyalty reward order, and the loyalty reward order is 125 PV, and it has to be placed on the 15th or before the 15th. So by the 15th, you need to place this order, and then lemongrass will be added to your cart. So it's an extra little thank you to all the loyalty members who order from doTERRA every month. It's a little thank you from doTERRA. So that's how you'll go ahead and get the product of the month. And then lastly, we have Deep Blue, which is your gateway oil. So a little bit about Deep Blue. It's a blend of several different essential oils that synergistically, when they're put together, help with joint and muscle pain. And so it's different than Icy Hot, in that Icy Hot and your over-the-counter remedies, they go ahead and they block the pain receptors. And how Deep Blue works is it has that peppermint and the wintergreen. So he's rubbing it on his lower back right now.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're putting it on there, so right now it's sending a signal to his brain because you're feeling the cooling. And so your brain is saying, oh, this part of my body is feeling cool. I need to send more blood there. When you send more blood there, sending more oxygen there, and then your body's getting repaired. So that's just one way of how this essential oil works. So why don't you tell everybody why you use it, how you use it.
First, it feels really good. Some people are actually like a little hesitant because it's very intense. And I've used a lot of muscle things like Tiger Balm, Icy Hot, and all that in my day. And this is like 10 times more powerful feeling than any of that. So it's great. It's intense. You really know it's working. But I use it on my lower back because I at some point in life I fractured a L5 vertebrae. So I need to, priority one, keep up with core. I got to keep a strong core to support it. But if something triggers it, it could flare up and it gets really sore around it. Like my body notices that, there's a piece of that vertebrae missing, and then it'll kind of tweak up a little bit. And this will pretty much loosen it up nearly right away. The other day I woke up with a sore neck. I must have slept crazy, and just rubbed this on the neck, and I actually didn't have any on me. And I went to work, and like all day I was like, oh, I got to get home. I need some Deep Blue. My neck, oh God. So the moment I got home, like, hi, mwah, give me Deep Blue. And I rubbed it on my neck, and I'm like, there, my day's complete. I am good. Because the stuff works. It's amazing. So
well, now we'll have an extra tube of it, so you can, after we put in our order,
coming to work with me.
So that can just live in your book bag.
Yes.
So this month, the deal is if you do a 200 PV order, and so that can be any order. It can be a retail order, it can be an enrollment order, it can be an LRP order, it can be a one-time standard order. So any order of 200 PV or more is going to get you, bam, the Deep Blue essential oil. And so this has all the essential oils in it. This is all of the essential oils along with, I think it's almond oil, or not almond oil, but lotion.
Connie, that's a really cool point. It does. It gets cold again after you wet it. So I'll forget about it sometimes. And like, I'll go in the shower and I'm like, ooh, I'm like, I put that on this morning. That's odd. But one thing you don't want to do is put it on before a hot yoga session. Learn. If you ever do hot yoga and you're going to sweat a lot, don't put it on before. You can put it on right after because you'll need it. And we do. We take baths in it after.
Yeah.
But we both made the mistake putting it on before. It's like, oh, maybe it'll loosen up the muscles. Like, oh no, your body's going to be toasty.
Well, one time I put it on you and I forgot, and then like I rubbed my shoulders, and then I went and took a class, and I was like, wow, the sun is really coming in strong through that window. Like it feels like it's burning my shoulders. What's going on? And it was the deep blue, because you got that peppermint and you got that wintergreen in there, and your pores are opening. And so you just feel a little bit more intensely. I mean, it's not like unbearable.
Yeah.
It just catches you off guard, really, is kind of what it is. Yeah, I did 30 days of yoga in January, and I wouldn't have gotten through if we didn't have the deep blue and you massaging me.
That's
But
true.
so Chris would, especially the first week, Chris would massage my back with the deep blue, and then I was able to get up the next morning. And it's like, if you haven't worked out in a while and then you go and do something, and it's like you're crippled the next day. But I was able to keep going, and I was able to do 30 plus days. So
Yeah, that was awesome.
yeah, deep blue was really, really beneficial to that. And that's actually another great Mito2Max. So if you are about to go for a workout and you want that extra energy and stamina, Mito2Max is really good. And then putting the deep blue on before you work out and then after you work out. So the peppermint is going to help. I can't think of the word. I always want to say help you elongate.
Endurance.
Endurance. Thank
Muscle
you.
endurance. Yeah.
I have a real mind block with that word for
Yeah.
some reason. So the peppermint is really helpful with endurance. So putting the deep blue on before. If you're a runner, putting it on your legs, your knees, your feet.
Climber on your forearms.
Yeah.
We do that at the climbing gym when we table there. We're like before and after, and like we put it on one arm and not the other, and see which one gets fatigued first. Let me give you a hint: not the one with deep blue on it.
So So people who have I'm being compliant here, who have like tingling electric type sensations in your hands and feet, you might find that you benefit if you're getting older and you find that you have trouble moving your fingers. Then this is really good for you as well. I've told you guys, I get a lot of shoulder and neck pain. So one of the things that I really enjoy is doing the Aroma Touch blend, which is another blend that helps to loosen up muscles. And then I put a couple of drops of the deep blue oil, and then I top it off with the deep blue lotion, and that is just amazing for my neck and shoulder. And sometimes I get occasional headaches. That this really helps. Also,
and you could do that too for people that just have the oil too. You could put on just the oil and then put like a lotion on after it, and it kind of like seals it in and helps it slowly absorb. If you don't necessarily have this, but you get the deep blue, which you get with kits, some kits, you can get a similar effect.
Yeah.
Not the same, but similar by putting lotion on over it to kind of seal it in.
Yeah, that's a good point for those of you who have the deep blue oil at home and want to know how you can use it that way. Great point. Frankincense also enhances the deep blue, so you can use some frankincense before or after putting the deep blue on. And then for bone support, so if you hurt yourself, again, this helps with the ligaments, it helps with bone support. You can use some deep blue in the area that you hurt, and then add a little bit of wintergreen as well. And so that will help with support as well. So it's good for injuries, and we use it for growing pains as well. So when your 3 and 4-year-olds wake up in the middle of the night crying, you can go ahead and just do a pea size, not even a pea size amount, and it's uber diluted. So you can put a pea size amount and rub that in, and that really helps as well. So yeah, this is just an amazing month. Call it March Madness because it just really goes along with the fact that, you have the NBA, not NBA, NCAA. Is it NCAA?
Yes. Yeah,
right? The tournament. And basketball. And then it's everything to do with helping you work out. So you got the Mito2Max, you got the Lemongrass, you got the Deep Blue. You're going to be all set to go. And one other thing I want to draw your guys' attention to, I'm not going to go over everything in it, but BOGOs, right? We just got off of BOGO week and everybody has their BOGOs in. And so we have all these oils, and what are we going to do with them? So doTERRA put together, well, first off, you can search in our Facebook group, the oil. And once you search that, it's going to bring up our posts for the week. And we had a pretty extensive amount of information in those posts. So we had diffuser blends, we had roller blends, we had various ways to use all of the oils in your BOGOs. So number one, definitely do that. Number two, another great way to learn to use your oils is doTERRA put together this really beautiful book, this booklet. I can show you on my computer. So it's electronic, but it's this really beautiful booklet. It goes over the essential oils. So it highlights like Petite Grain was the first BOGO, and then you got lavender free. So it describes it. It gives usage tips, and then where to learn more. And then it also tells you where it's sourced from, how much oil it takes to put make a bottle of the essential oil. So it has just like a lot of really solid, good information in it. But then it also gives you do-it-yourself stuff too, which is really cool. I want to do some of these with Logan, so I think we'll have a lot of fun with these.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a natural bubble bars in here, different things that you can make. Can you see that?
No, they can't. So you're just gonna have to post a link after.
Well,
but you can talk about it.
So, yeah, somebody else posts. I think Blair posts a link.
Oh,
But I'll post a link again
it's
too,
really
just
nice.
in case you don't have it. So there's culinary information in here. It goes over the cheer oil. So it just goes over all of the essential oils, how to use them. Because when you have these oils into your house, like you definitely, sometimes people get overwhelmed and they don't know what to do. And so there's a lot of resources out there, and we're always here to help you. So always feel free to post in this group or private message any of the wellness advocates in this group, and we will be glad to help and answer any questions that you have. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We definitely appreciate it. Many blessings and have a good night.
Have a good one. See you next time.